I'm Jeremy Robson, your Rolling Ridge Maple product here today. My family has been making maple syrup since about 1820. We've been at this location here since about 1988 when we moved from our farm 3 miles to the south.
Let's watch as Jeremy demonstrates how to tap a tree.
Height doesn't really matter.
Okay.
If you got a pail, you got to empty the pail.
Right.
You can see that the syrup is already dripping.
Style in.
So that just sticks in the...
And I'm going to hammer in a minute and hammer that in.
Oh, yeah. And you have to be careful when you're drilling it in to put it at a particular angle.
You want it basically to flow out. So either level or just slightly in the slightly angle.
Is there a particular name for the tool you use, or is that just a hand drill? Or...
That's just a bracing bit. So that's
A
just
what?
basically a hand brace, which is this, and a wood bit.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a 7/16. That's really exceptional.
And is 7/16 is the normal now?
That's the standard size.
Okay.
Modern syrup producers use plastic tubing to connect the taps on different trees. Here you can see the blue tubing winding through the sugar bush. The sap runs through the tubing from the highest point of the sugar bush to the lowest point. If gravity isn't enough, a vacuum pump can be used to draw the sap through the tubing. Let's take a look inside the old sugar shanty. Inside, Jeremy showed us the old syrup making equipment. An old black kettle lies upside down. The boiling pans for the sap have corrugated bottoms to speed up the boiling process, and tools such as the skimmer, top, and ladle bottom were also used. Here's the old kettle in action about 1971. Let's take a look inside the modern store and syrup making facility. This model shows some of the different spiles used to tap a tree over the years. The oldest wooden types are at the top, followed by various metal spiles and more modern plastic examples. Let's hear what Jeremy has to say.
Aluminum one there. These are fairly new cast aluminum ones. This is the early tubing, which actually had the tap went from tree to tree, unlike the drops we have on the ones today. Then they went to this style. Then you can get a 5/16 small spile now out of plastic. And these are replaceable tip ones that you can actually throw the tip away every year and put a new tip on.
Jeremy showed us the evaporator where the syrup is made. The sap is heated until the water has boiled away and is then heated some more until it reaches the proper temperature required for maple syrup. This type of equipment started to be used about the 1970s and was popular by the 1980s and 1990s. Before the sap enters the evaporator, it is run through this reverse osmosis machine. A large amount of water is removed at this stage, and this reduces the amount of time the sap spends in the evaporator. Once the sap has been turned into syrup, it is bottled here. It looks like the sap is still running. At this rate, the sap pail will be full in about 2 hours.
What's your favorite way to eat maple syrup?
There's no wrong way to eat it. I start my morning off with a cereal and it goes on from there for the whole day. Maple syrup pie is really good.
Like a
Shoe
savory
pie.
pie? Or
Well,
a...
basically it's like an oatmeal base, and then you kind of float the pie in the syrup.
Okay.
No calories.
No.